Picture ancient Rome, marble columns, crowded markets, powerful generals, and a servant carrying a giant wooden bowl of Caesar salad. There is only one problem: that scene never happened. Julius Caesar never tasted this salad. He did not invent its dressing, command its creation, or name it after himself. The real Caesar lived nearly 2,000 years later. The confusion begins with one famous name. Caesar sounds Roman, imperial, and ancient, but this salad was named for a restaurateur, not an emperor. Caesar salad feels permanent because it appears almost everywhere. But compared with ancient breads, cheeses, soups, and pasta traditions, it is remarkably young. Many people assume the dish came from Italy because its creator was Italian and its ingredients included Parmesan and olive oil. But the breakthrough happened somewhere else entirely. The story leads not to Rome but to Tijuana, Mexico, a fast-growing border city where American restrictions, Mexican hospitality, Italian migration, and culinary improvisation collided. In January 1920, national prohibition took effect in the United States. The manufacture and sale of alcoholic drinks became illegal, but American demand did not simply disappear. Just across the border, Tijuana offered what Southern California could not: legal drinks, restaurants, entertainment, horse racing, shopping, and an atmosphere of escape. Weekend after weekend, tourists traveled south from San Diego and Los Angeles. Some came for nightlife. Others came for racing, food, curiosity, or simply the thrill of crossing into another world. Among them, imagine Elena, a young newspaper illustrator from San Diego. She expects a dusty border town. Instead, she discovers crowded cafes, polished dining rooms, music, fashion, and extraordinary energy. American publicity often treated Tijuana as an exotic playground, but the city was also a real Mexican community shaped by residents, workers, immigrants, entrepreneurs, and constant cross-border exchange. For ambitious restaurateurs, the crowds represented opportunity. Thousands of visitors were hungry for experiences they could not find at home, and they were ready to pay for something memorable. Caesar Cardini was an Italian immigrant who built a life in North America. Like many restaurateurs, he combined memories from one country with opportunities found in another. Cardini lived in the San Diego area while operating businesses across the border. His life was neither purely Italian, American, nor Mexican. His establishments offered visitors refinement, white tablecloths, train service, European-inspired food, and the excitement of dining in fashionable Tijuana. Cardini understood that people were not buying food alone. They were buying attention, atmosphere, performance, and a story they could repeat when they returned home. Elena enters the packed dining room and watches servers move like actors across the stage. Every polished plate and dramatic gesture tells her this meal is meant to be remembered. A fashionable border restaurant filled with adventurous travelers was the perfect place for a new dish to spread. One memorable meal could cross into California by the next morning. According to the most famous account, the decisive night came on July 4, 1924. American Independence Day sent another enormous crowd across the border. Orders pour into the kitchen. Ingredients disappear. The cooks move faster, but the dining room keeps filling. Cardini faces every restaurateur's nightmare: hungry customers and shrinking supplies. There was romaine lettuce, bread, eggs, Parmesan, olive oil, garlic, citrus, Worcestershire sauce, salt, and pepper. Individually, they looked ordinary. Together, they could become something new. Instead of hiding the improvised dish in the kitchen, the story says Cardini carried the ingredients to the guests. If the meal was simple, the presentation would be spectacular. He worked beside the table, coating the bowl with garlic, adding oil and citrus, breaking an egg, seasoning the mixture, and rolling whole romaine leaves through the dressing. The diners did not merely receive a bowl of lettuce. They watched the dish come alive in front of them. The performance transformed limited ingredients into an unforgettable experience. The earliest remembered presentation did not resemble many modern Caesar salads. Tender romaine leaves were left whole and arranged so diners could lift them by hand. The large wooden bowl was part mixing vessel, part stage. Every turn of the paddles coated the leaves while diners watched the sauce form before their eyes. A lightly cooked or coddled egg helped unite the oil, citrus, seasoning, and cheese. The result was rich, but not the thick blanket of bottle dressing common today. Here comes another surprise. According to Rosa Cardini's account, the original did not contain separate anchovy fillets. Its savory depth came partly through Worcestershire sauce. Garlic added aroma without completely dominating the salad. It could perfume the bowl, flavor the oil, and transform toasted bread into a crisp, savory companion. The original attraction was balance: crisp lettuce, salty cheese, rich egg, fruity oil, sharp citrus, garlic, pepper, and crunchy bread. Every element pushed against another. Food history loves a single genius and one dramatic night. Real kitchens are messier. Recipes often emerge through workers, relatives, memories, experiments, and stories repeated many years later. Caesar's brother Alex was also connected to the restaurant. Some accounts credit him with creating an anchovy-enhanced version served to visiting airmen. That variation became known in some retellings as the aviator salad. It may explain how anchovies entered a dish that Caesar's daughter insisted originally contained none. Another claim came from Livio Santini, a young Italian employee. His family maintained that he prepared a salad learned from his mother, and that Cardini later claimed it. Business partners and restaurant workers were also named in later accounts. Each version changed the year, the ingredients, the customers, or the person holding the bowl. We may never reconstruct every movement inside that kitchen, but Caesar Cardini's name, restaurant, presentation, and promotion turned the dish into an international phenomenon. In food history, invention and popularization are not always the same. The salad did not need social media. It traveled through memory. Visitors crossed back into California describing the dramatic tableside ritual and demanding to taste it again. Tijuana attracted performers, filmmakers, writers, wealthy travelers, and other visitors from Southern California. A fashionable dish connected to that world could spread quickly. Long before she became one of America's most influential cooking teachers, Julia Child visited Cardini's restaurant as a young person and remembered watching the salad prepared tableside. Years later, Child helped preserve the memory of whole leaves, dramatic service, and dressing built directly in the bowl. Her influence introduced that experience to new generations of home cooks. Restaurants across the United States began placing Caesar salad on their menus. As it moved farther from Tijuana, chefs copied it, adjusted it, and argued about what belonged inside. Soon, millions of diners knew the salad even if they had never heard of Cardini or visited Mexico. The recipe had escaped its birthplace and entered global restaurant culture. Whole leaves were dramatic, but they were messy to eat. Restaurants increasingly chopped or tore the romaine so guests could use a fork, and one piece of theater began to disappear. Direct anchovies became common, adding powerful saltiness and umami. What may have begun as Alex's variation eventually became essential to many modern recipes. As commercial dressing spread, the tableside ritual could be replaced by opening a bottle. Caesar salad became faster, more consistent, and easier to separate from its history. Grilled chicken turned the salad into a complete lunch or dinner. Bacon, shrimp, salmon, avocado, and countless other additions followed. None belonged to the famous original. Many modern dressings became thick, mayonnaise heavy, and intensely flavored. Delicious versions certainly exist, but they can feel far removed from the lighter tableside emotion, remembered from Tijuana. Chefs around the world adapted Caesar salad to local ingredients and tastes. The recipe became less like one fixed formula and more like a global language. The salad became famous around the world, but its birthplace faced difficult years. Tourism declined, the historic restaurant changed hands, and Caesar's eventually closed. For Tijuana, this was not merely the loss of another restaurant. It threatened a direct connection to one of the city's most influential culinary stories. In 2010, restaurateur Javier Plasencia and his family helped revive Caesar's. The dining room returned, and the wooden bowls began moving between tables again. Today, trained servers continue the ritual in front of diners. Garlic, seasoning, egg, citrus, oil, sauce, cheese, romaine, and crisp bread assembled with confidence and rhythm. In 2024, Tijuana celebrated the salad's widely recognized centennial with chefs, dinners, cultural events, and renewed attention to the city's role in global food history. Caesar salad is not ancient Roman food. It is a borderland creation, Italian in influence, Mexican in birthplace, and international in the world it eventually reached. Caesar salad survives because every bite contains contrast: cold lettuce and warm toast, soft dressing and crisp leaves, sharp citrus, salty cheese, rich egg, and biting pepper. It also survives because its original service turned cooking into theater. Long before open kitchens and viral food videos, diners watched their meal being created directly in front of them. The recipe changed without losing its identity. Add chicken, remove anchovies, thicken the dressing, replace the bread, and diners still recognize the central idea. Most importantly, Caesar salad tells a larger story. Borders do not simply divide cultures. They can also become places where people, ingredients, businesses, and ideas combine in unexpected ways. The next time someone connects Caesar salad with ancient Rome, remember the crowded streets of 1920s Tijuana, the wooden bowl, The whole romaine leaves and the immigrants and workers behind the legend.